Hey everybody, so today we're going to be making aguachiles. What you're going to need for today is about 20 to 25 green limes, about 4 to 5 avocados. I used 3 cooked shrimp bags. I used 1.5 red onion. I used about 4 to 5 serrano peppers. It's really up to you. It depends how spicy they are. You can put more or take away. I do add a little garlic just to give it a little bit extra flavor. And then I used a whole cilantro. And then I just start cutting up all these limes. So there's different ways of making the aguachiles. A lot of people use raw shrimp. My mom still uses raw shrimp. My sister uses raw shrimp. But personally, I like the cooked shrimp better. What's your preference? Okay, and then I start putting everything in the blender. All the serrano. Depending on how spicy you want it, that's how many serrano peppers you can put. Sometimes they're not that spicy though. I have put in sometimes up to 10 and they're not that spicy. But sometimes I only put 2 and they're super spicy. So it just really depends how they come out. Oh, and then I forgot that we do need cucumbers. I used about, I don't know if I told you in the beginning, but we used like 3 cucumbers. They're small, so I used 3 of them. There's even ways of cutting all of the ingredients. Some people use like really thin slices and just leave it as circles. Some do it kind of like in an angle, moon shape kind of. And I do it very small cubes. And the reason why I do that is because in the tostada, I like to get a bite of every ingredient so it can be delicious. And that's the reason why I do it. So the same thing goes for the onion. I also cut it up in little squares, as you can see here. Sometimes I do not like cutting the onion, especially the yellow ones. Oh my gosh, they're so... It feels like they're so spicy, but they're so hard on the eyes. My goodness, I'm like crying. And then there's like this saying that that goes, and kind of like in our family, I don't know if it's, just tales, that our family has. But they say that if you cry so much with the onion when you're cutting it, it's because you're so jealous. I don't know if it's true, but have you guys heard that? What do you guys think? And then here I started cutting the aguacates, which is avocados. I don't know why, but it was so easy to cut up through the middle. And as you can see, I was able to cut through even the seed, which they're really hard, but this one was so soft to cut. Have you guys done this? It actually was pretty easy to cut through and cut it, so it wasn't as hard. And as you can see, I'm still cutting it in cubes, and that's the reason, like I told you, is because I like to eat small, little tiny bits of each ingredient in my tostadas. And then here I started cutting the shrimp. As you can see, I cut it in half and then in another half. I do basically the same thing with all of the things that I'm using. Oh my gosh, today it's been so rainy. I love the rain though, because I gotta admit there's places in this world that don't have rain and that it's dry. But here in the Pacific Northwest this year it has sure rained non-stop. So I love it. It's beautiful, but you can sometimes I don't know if you can tell, but you know, it gives you kind of like a gloomy kind of vibe, you know, like you don't want to do anything every day, and you have to, but it's like you don't want to, you know. Sometimes it gives you those, you get those days with this weather. Anyway, getting back to the aguachiles, you want to make sure that you blend everything together, the lime with the serrano, the salt, the pepper, cilantro. Once it's blended, it will look like a kind of spicy green juice, and then you pour it all in, mix it in, leave it for about 30 minutes to sit so it can get all the flavor. Taste it and enjoy. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thank you.